Last night gold pushed up higher in towards the highs, providing me with 2 winning trades, and today I'm going to tell you how I did this. Good morning everyone and welcome back to another daily market outlook where we're going to discuss the DXY and the dollar pairs. Yesterday what happened is that DXY continued in towards the downside, hitting the yearly open and the demand zone I had drawn in from yesterday. As of now, the DXY is still really bearish and we are still waiting for some confirmation. What I want to see is if we can maybe get this low, then push up and continue the bullish order flow in towards the upside, or if DXY wants to trade down lower. There is still a lot of liquidity open over here underneath this low and underneath this low. So let's see what we can do. We did retrace towards the 0.5 now, together with this demand zone being situated over here. Let's make it green. So let's see if we can get a reaction from here, or if DXY wants to push down lower. What we could see on the Euro USD then is that price pushed up higher as well over here. We are now trading back into the premium zone and there is some liquidity still open here. So what I want to do is see if we can maybe retrace back towards this open demand zone over here, together with the yearly and weekly open. Also, there is some liquidity situated underneath here. If we can get a reaction over here, I want to trade this towards these highs here. But if we do go all the way up towards these highs now, I am going to monitor for a short. So if we can get something like this, then break structure in towards the downside, then I'm happy to continue shorts down lower. Together with being in premium and the liquidity, the change of character, and then a supply zone being created over here, we got all our confluences to trade down lower. On GU, we did trade towards the high I marked out as liquidity. So also over here, what I want to see is some better market structure to form. Currently, we just pushed in towards the highs, and this would be our last demand zone situated over here. So what I want to see is for price to push down lower, push one more time over these highs, taking out early sellers, then break down, and we can continue in towards the downside. As for now, we have to wait for DXY forming better structure, because as long as DXY doesn't want to go up, there is no going down for either EU and GU. NU as well. NU is now trading in this supply zone over here. This is a rather strong supply zone because these highs took out liquidity over here, and then we made a break in towards the downside. So let's see what we can get. We're still waiting for the same. So a push down, a push up, then the break of structure, and then continuation in towards the downside. As for now, it's all depending on DXY, and on NU we're also waiting today. AU is now trading above the high we marked out as liquidity. We are still in premium, and as with the other pairs, we're waiting for market structure to form over here. So something like this would be really nice. If we can get this break and DXY wants to break up, then these are definitely some A+ shorts forming on AU. On USD CAD, yesterday we pushed down lower together with the DXY. Yesterday I talked about how this market open candle swiped some liquidity over here, but this wasn't strong enough for me to trade from. I wanted to see price to push down one time, get over this high, and then started to continue down. But as you can see, price just continued down lower. We didn't touch the yearly open yet. But we can say that this is a rather strong demand zone over here, because it took out a lot of the liquidity situated over here. So let's see what we can get. Maybe if price pushes down up in towards this supply zone, we can look for a continuation down lower. But keep in mind that it's now demand battling supply. So it could also be that we push one more time lower, then see a break of structure up, and then if DXY shows the sign that USD CAD can go even higher. So also no real setups for this pair currently for me, and we're going to wait to see what the kind of confirmation we can get. UJ, I am still in this position on one account. Yesterday I decided to close one of my positions because of reducing a risk. I only have this one on a challenge account still going. What we can see is that indeed the supply zone that I talked about earlier is acting as a strong supply zone currently. Price came in and pushed down lower from there, but on the other hand we are still swing bullish, as I talked about in the previous days. We took out a lot of the liquidity underneath here. Underneath the low where I entered was also liquidity situated. We took out that low, and now we are starting to form some kind of bullish price action. But before we break at least this high over here, I think we can still push down lower. So let's see what can happen. I'm just holding on to this position for now. But because yesterday the JPY basket was rather starting to get bullish after the break of structure and DXY being bearish, I decided to reduce my risk and close the position on one of my accounts and only keeping it going on a challenge. Then at last we have here from the major dollar pairs USD CHF. Yesterday we broke bearish market structure. So for me this is also a waiting game. Yes, we had some bullish order flow over here, but in the big picture we are still bearish. We took out some liquidity over here. Let's see, did we grab this high as well? Yeah, we did. So we took out a lot of liquidity here, and then we start to break in towards the downside. So for now, shorts look really good actually. If we draw this to here, we want to see now a retracement up in towards at least this supply zone, and together with the yearly open, if we can get some confirmation here, then I am happy to look for more shorts. And then at last we have gold. As I talked about yesterday already, we had a beautiful position over here where we took out during market open on Monday night a lot of liquidity. Also this one over here together with that monthly open, seeing a big reaction back in towards the upside. Then on the 15-minute market structure formed in such a way that I wanted to enter with a market order over here, because you can see this is a bit of a rough position because the stop loss is not really underneath a safe low, but underneath the monthly open that we already rejected. So that's why I got into this position. And then we have the better position of the two, hiding this one. This one was the bigger position that I entered with the stop loss underneath this low. Then we saw the takeout of the highs or end of this liquidity. So that's the point where I entered. Then we saw some manipulation towards the upside. We swiped all those lows again, and then it was a continuation in towards the upside. Then yesterday afternoon, what I could see is that we once again pushed up. Let's see, price pushed up over here. Then we swiped a lot of the liquidity, and then I decided that on the fractal break that was situated over here, then on I think the 1 hour. Let's see, yeah, on the 1 hour fractal break. I placed my buy stop. We got tapped in. We came back one more time to entry, and then last night we pushed up all the way towards TP for a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So together with this original position, that's 4R booked this week, which is a really good week so far. And we can wrap up the dollar pairs like that. I am now currently waiting for some more development of the market structure. If we look at this, we did make a new fractal break in towards the upside. Over here around 4,900, there is still liquidity open that we can trade towards. So let's see what today can give us. Maybe if we can take out some more liquidity or get back into this demand zone situated over here on the 1 hour, then we can look for some more positions. Let's mark this out as bullish chain. Let's see what we can get. Maybe if we can get over here, take out this liquidity wick here, and then see some bullish confirmation once again, I am happy to look for another long in towards these highs. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.